One. Go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Courtside Podcast, episode number 5. Happy Sunday. We hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying warm during the winter months. In today's episode, we're going to be recapping the NBA in-season tournament between the Pacers and the Lakers, discussing our initial thoughts about the in-season tournament as a whole, then reacting to all the primetime games. Then also we're going to discuss the Suns' new Big Three, as well as the Draymond Green suspension, and so much more. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn the post notification bell, like this video, and comment what you liked about it. And without further ado, let's get the show on the road, shall we? So let's talk about the Pacers and the Lakers. All right. Obviously, the Lakers won this game. AD was a freaking metahuman in this game, going for 41 points, 20 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Jason, I'll start with you. What is your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway, Tyrese Halliburton, what a beast. Amazing player. Love the guy to death. Oh my goodness. But LeBron is just still too good at what he does.
Paul, what about you? What was your biggest takeaway from this game?
Yeah, I think the Pacers are looking like how they were in the 1990s, giving people a rough, difficult games, really hard games these days. So I think they're back on track.
Sometimes, no matter how hard you try.
Luca, what do you think about the Pacers?
I want to say one more thing.
The Pacers,
no matter how hard you try, you still can't get a win, no matter what you do.
Luca,
you just got to keep putting more into it.
Luca, honestly,
I gotta just say they got Legault on the team.
They got Legault.
What else? What else can I say? Who else is on the Pacers except Halliburton?
True.
Come on.
But as long as they don't quit, like Jason is saying, as long as they don't quit, they can't lose.
I mean, for me, my biggest takeaway was this is the type of game that I want to see Anthony Davis in. You guys know me, I've been stressing about AD playing well, because they ain't winning shit if AD doesn't play like this. All right, LeBron is getting way too old for this type of stuff. AD has to be like, give me the damn ball. All right, let me cook. All right, so that's my biggest takeaway.
Let him cook.
Let them cook.
That's our biggest takeaway from the Lakers and the Pacers game. What's crazy enough is that this is the first time they're playing each other at all this season. They're going to be playing each other in March. But anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the NBA in-season tournament as a whole. Paul, I'll start with you. What did you like about this NBA in-season tournament?
I really liked how the Lakers won. That's what I was a fan of, how the Lakers won. Because, I'm a big LeBron fan and stuff. But, yeah, Luca, what do you think of the tournament?
I think the tournament was a good idea. Overall, nobody's going to compare that to the final tournament that's going to happen. But it was nice to see Legault, get the MVP.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it was interesting to say at the least. But I saw the outcome come out. LeBron was really trying to push his team to be what they were.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Jason, what was your biggest takeaway from this whole NBA season
game? AD when healthy is a top 5 player.
That's a big take.
Yeah, I agree.
I think my biggest takeaway from this game was I think this was really fun. I think it's just because I obviously think this was needed, considering that I actually learned this on First Take that it's helping players who are injury prone actually make them play these types of games. At the time, you would have guys like Kawhi or Kyrie sit out for extensive amount of games. I don't think Kawhi has missed a game at all so far. At least that's what I'm told, which is crazy. But
Jason, how do you call that, dude? That's the worst call I've seen in my life.
This was fun. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the first primetime game of the
well play.
First primetime game of the season, which was the Mavs and the Grizzlies. The Mavs won. Are we ready to say right now that the Mavs look kind of dangerous right now in the West, or do we have to wait another month? Luca, what about you? What do you think?
I will say the Mavs are going to still be dangerous. I mean, you got Luka putting up consistent numbers, but dang, the Grizzlies played really good. So I'd like to see how they fare out the next 2 weeks. And if they perform, I could definitely see them as being a contender.
All right, Cole. What about you? What do you think we should wait another couple months for the Mavs to be a legit contender, or are they like already a contender right now?
I don't know. I think with the Mavs kind of leading the West right now, and we saw a pretty dominant win last night over the Blazers. I think the Mavs are looking good, and that's all without Kyrie too. So
That
once
is a
he's
good
back
point.
in the
Yeah,
game, I think Kyrie being one of my personal favorite players, I think it's going to be a game changer, and I think they're going to be a threat for sure.
Well, I have to. May I add that
Mhm.
they kind of remind me of the Bucks. Offense is so good, but the defense just has to gel.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
That's a
Thank
really
you.
good analogy.
Yeah.
And my second point.
You
But
guys
what if
know I've
when?
been.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
Jason.
Continue. You're okay.
Yeah. For me, my biggest. You guys know I've been the biggest critic of the Mavs these past couple years. For me, I would give it another month because, like Cole just mentioned, there's no Kyrie there. If their defense can be like very solid, like I'm talking top 15, but like 13 through 15, and you combine that with like Luka and Kyrie's offensive talent, yeah, I think no one. I think when I say teams that are going to drive people crazy come playoff time in April or May, the Mavs can be that team. Like I think if their defense is solid, and you know what their offense is with Luka and Kyrie, this team is going to be the most annoying team to play against come playoff time. So that is
I
our biggest
agree.
takeaway from the Lakers,
I see. Oh,
Mavs, and the Grizzlies. Moving on to the next set of primetime games, I like to call it. We have, hold on, my thing is loading right now. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got the Lakers and the Mavs. All right, again, Mavs won this game 127 to 125. It looked like this game was very competitive. Cole, what is your biggest takeaway from this Mavs Lakers game?
I would say, I think AD kind of does need to step up. I would say that, he's like value owning people these days with like his straight play and stuff. And like, when these little squirts try and like go against him, they just learn what's up. So I think AD's in a really good spot right now.
All right. Luca, what is your
yeah.
biggest takeaway from the Lakers Mavs game? I think this is game 1 against these guys. What is your biggest takeaway?
Well, I mean, they all
Oh,
performed fairly well. Honestly, LeBron with the 33 points and Luka with the 33 as well. At the end of the day, it was just who had the better defense going in, and the Lakers defense wasn't playing as well as they did.
Yeah. I think for me, my biggest takeaway is like this is why I think they needed Anthony Davis in this game because with AD, like if AD's aggressive and he's like saying I'm ready to play, I'm ready to freaking work, like this team could have beaten Dallas. Unfortunately, he didn't play in that game, but it is what it is.
True.
Matt, props. This game looked really fun to watch. It looked like this game was like going back and forth. You score, I score. Jason, what is your biggest takeaway from the Lakers and the Mavs? Jason,
Jason, you're muted, just so you know, dude.
sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. I was getting harassed
It's
by
okay.
my so-called friends.
yeah.
I think that now that Luka's a daddy, he's just playing for his daughter, and I think that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah, it is really beautiful to see Luka become a parent. Like who would have thought? I think Luka's like 25
You
now.
ever think about what you would do if you were a father?
Not yet, but like it's pretty magical on what he's doing. Next game, we got
I
the
agree.
Warriors and the Suns. This is game 3 between these two Pacific Division rivals. Can you already believe that? It's like 3. Obviously the biggest takeaway from this game was the Devin Booker Bradley Beal show, I would say. But the overall takeaway with this game was Draymond getting suspended. Let's talk about Devin Booker. Are we ready to say that he is the best shooting guard in the NBA right now, or who do you have above him?
I've got Tatum above DB, but that's just me personally. Maybe Dwight Howard if he was still in the league, but it's
I'm
close.
talking shooting guards, Cole. I'm talking shooting guards.
Oh, that's a good point. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I think my biggest takeaway from this game was to see how good of a playmaker Devin Booker is. Like, people know Devin as a flashy scorer, like can shoot threes, can make the mid-range and all that stuff. But his playmaking this year has been amazing. Luca, what do you make of Devin Booker?
Well, I think he's very consistent and good player. I know we'll talk about this in a little bit, but I saw their game against the Spurs the other day, and he was playing good, but he wasn't playing as well as I thought he was going to play. So I was very disappointed on that. But overall, I do see him as a very big contender for the number one in his position. But we'll just have to see a little more.
Yeah, Jason, what do you make of it? What do you make of this?
Of which guy? Sorry.
Devin Booker. Do you think Devin Booker's the best shooting guard in the NBA right now?
Yeah.
I think he is. Like, I don't know. Like, people want to say Luka and like Kyrie, even though Kyrie is more of a point guard than a shooting guard. It feels weird to say that now. But right now, I think he is the best shooting guard. Like, yes, you could put in Donovan Mitchell, but like Devin is, I think, a much better defender than Donovan as of right now. But I just love watching him play. That's my biggest takeaway from Devin Booker. Next game, we got Lakers versus Spurs, excuse me. Game 1. Hard to believe. The Lakers won this game solely because of AD, 37 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. But Wemby responded kind of to 30 points, 13 rebounds. This game looked insane. Like, it was going back and forth, back and forth. Are we ready to say right now, gentlemen, that the Lakers are a playoff contender? Like, are we ready to put them in the NBA Finals contender with the Lakers, with the Bucks, the Celtics, Nuggets?
I would say I'm 100% ready to put them in that bracket. I think with AD and LeBron, and they have a lot of haters, and I don't think they know anything about basketball if you're hating on the Lakers. So I think I'm putting them in.
Well, I think if you are someone who has a take like Cole, you usually think you know what you're doing 100% of the time and know who's right. But in reality, they're completely in the dark on what's happening around them. Like, how are the Lakers 15-10, 5-8 record away? Gonna make it.
I think for me,
piece.
I as you guys know, with the Mavs, I've been a huge Laker critic. If AD can play like this, I need to see this AD 37 points, 10 rebounds. I need to see this AD in April, and I'm talking throughout an entire series. I don't want like 10 points here, 30 points here. I want him to be the best player on that team. And if he can do that, I can say this team is very dangerous. Moving on, we got let's see. And then moving on, we got the next game. We got the Cavs and the Celtics. Man, this game was very weird to begin with. Like, I think it was like Cavs were like, I got score updates saying the Cavs were up, then the Celtics took the lead back. I just don't know. Luca, do you think the Celtics are the best team in the Eastern Conference as of right now?
Yeah, that's pretty easy to say. I mean, they already have 12-0 at home. Jason Tatum's playing very consistent for how he is. I would say easily they are the best team in the East.
And
best team in the league.
That's debatable.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think Boston, what they're doing right now, they're rolling. And like, I just think it all depends on Kristaps' health. If Kristaps can stay healthy, this team is a very dangerous team. But yeah, moving on. We got
Wait, I have something to say about Boston, KD, real quick.
Yeah. What do you have to say, Cole?
I would say like, the people from Boston really aren't that great. I'm not a big fan of like the Boston people. Wow, that's crazy.
That's nice.
That's gross. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of the Boston people. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. So moving on, we got the next game, the Warriors at the Clippers. Like, are we ready to say that the Clippers are a sneaky dark horse in the West, or do we have to see this continue on throughout? Luca, I'll start with you. Do you?
I wouldn't exactly say they're a dark horse. I say right now they're on a really good streak
Mhm.
for their wins from coming off a terrible start. But I
Mhm.
feel like once they'll get their first loss, maybe their momentum will die down a little bit.
It's hard because they've been playing really well. Like it looks like James Harden's getting comfortable in Ty Lue's system. I've always been like, can the player fit into this player system? But he looks like he's been playing well. Like we have to see how well James, Kawhi, and Paul George and Russ can play well. But I think my biggest takeaway from this is that the Clippers, like now they have like backup scores that can actually go off when like Paul George and Kawhi go down. They can have like Russ or James go off. So that's my biggest takeaway from that game. So let's see what is the next. Moving on, we got the Lakers and the Spurs game 2. This game was not even close. Like I looked at this game, I watched the ending of this game. This game was not even close to begin with. All right,
Yeah, I
we
want
got
one of those two of them.
the
Yeah, you can
Lakers
have
and the
that.
Spurs. Evan Vassell comes up huge. The Spurs put up 42 points in the
Why
first
would you do that?
quarter.
Cool.
Luca, what how
So 42 points, very impressive for them, as a team that on it they have Wembanyama, as you know, who insane inside the zone, but nobody really outstanding. All very efficient players, I will say, but against a team like the Lakers was very cool to see.
Yeah. I think it was really impressive to see them put up a fight. Like
Yeah.
after I think they took that game 1 when they played each other a couple days ago. I think they took that game very personally and like said, you know what? We're gonna get rid of the film from last game and we're gonna be aggressive in this game. But yeah, that's my biggest takeaway. And next up we got the Knicks and the Suns. Obviously a game I do not want to talk about because you guys know I've been riding with the Suns. But Jalen Brunson.
You're a Suns fan now?
I mean, I've been rooting for them to play well, but I really didn't want to see them.
What happened to Golden State?
I still like Golden State. But let's talk about the Knicks and the Suns. Are we ready to say Jalen Brunson is a top 10 point guard in this league? And who would you have over Jalen right now? I think he is. Like, the point guards that I would take over Jalen, however, is Dame, Steph, De'Aaron Fox, Luka, Darius Garland, Shea.
I gotta multitask here.
What about you, Luca? What do you think of Jalen Brunson? And do you think Jalen is a top 10 point guard in this league?
I definitely see as of now he is, because not only this game, but the few games that happened like on Friday and stuff, he played very good. But we kind of got to see a little more from him. He's putting up crazy numbers, which is insane to see too, because compared to a lot of players in the league, he doesn't have that crazy athletic like build that you can from eyesight, but he's got a lot of the skills and is showing them here that are very much what you should have in the NBA.
Yeah, it's crazy to see, and like I'm still disbelief on how the Mavs did not, pass on, like did not sign him to a max contract. But yeah, moving on, we got the Hawks and the Cavs. I think we can all agree as a collective, these two are the most confusing teams to figure out if they're good or not. Can we all agree?
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Like this team right here is so confusing to figure out. Because like one game they play well, the next game they play like shit, and then it just goes on and on and on. Like what do you Luca, who would you say right now is the most confusing team to figure out? Would you consider the Cavs and the Hawks as the most confusing team in the league?
Honestly, I would. It's they have a lot of players that can really go for it, but they're also just not performing as well as they should be, which is very confusing to see. But I mean, part of that I won't say is on the NBA, but I will say the NBA lately has just not been what it used to be. But the teams as well have been very confusing. Not only those teams, but other teams as well. Like you got the Spurs with the crazy pickup as Yama, and they're finally starting to gain some coverage with wins. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, and plus they went on like a what? Like they up to that game, Lakers game 2, they had like a 17-game losing streak. And I'm like wondering, like,
Which is insane. And now they're coming back with like 40-point first quarter games. Like, what
yeah,
the heck is happening?
yeah, like it's beyond me. But yeah, it's crazy to think. Next up, we got the Jazz and the Kings. Like Keegan Murray, my God, 40. He had like 12 threes in this game. Who would you guys put in terms of NBA comparison? Who would you put? Who do you think Keegan reminds you of in like today's NBA? Like we know Keegan's a young player, but like who does he remind you of? He kind of reminds me of a young Klay Thompson, maybe Chris Middleton. You know that can go crazy, but you know it's crazy to see. And that's us recapping.
I don't
So
even have
let's
high
talk.
card
All
on
right, that
full.
is us recapping weeks
Terrible
8.
game.
Let's talk about the Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant,
I just keep
Devin
getting
Booker
bodied
thing.
in poker.
What do you guys make of this?
Jason,
trio?
what did you say?
What do you
Sorry,
guys
what'd you
make-
say, Q?
What did you guys make of this trio? Devin Booker,
Thank
Kevin
you.
Durant, and Bradley.
Thank you.
I see it as I actually saw it as a very good trio altogether happening, but you know, Kevin Durant's not been playing as much. He has been, but he's not as many minutes. Devin Booker's definitely the one who's on the floor all the time. But I will say I like the trio happening. I don't really see it coming together as much in their games recently.
Yo, what was your favorite play the trio did, Luca? When you watched their games?
We can't remember the top of the head.
What
but
play when they made a basket? What are you
Yeah.
trying to say?
What was your favorite one that the trio did together?
I mean, it's hard to say.
Dude, I have no clue what the hell you're asking me right now.
Anyway, I think
Favorite
for
play?
Jason, do you watch basketball often, or like have you ever like seen
Every
it
game.
before, or-
I watch every
Really?
game.
I think
Bro, I
for
know
me,
you didn't watch the games today or on Friday.
I think for
I
me,
did actually.
my biggest takeaway is that I still think they need to take some time. I still think they need it. It's going to take some time, but I think once they're healthy, I think we can all agree that this team is going to be very annoying to play against when they're all playing well and all gelling. I think that's moving on. We have the next game. Moving on, let's talk about the Draymond Green suspension. All right, he's suspended indefinitely. Luca, what do you make of this? What do you make of the Draymond Green?
Completely deserved. I know you're a Golden State Warriors fan, but honestly, I have no clue why they even still have him on the team. Like, okay, he can play defense, but what else is he gonna do than draw fouls and get himself kicked out?
Yeah, I think for me, as like Luca said, as an honest Warriors fan, like Draymond has driven me nuts more than Jerry does to Tom and Jerry. If you know, you know. But look,
yeah, if you know, you know.
yeah,
No,
but like
Jason doesn't know, but if
Jason
you
doesn't
know.
know anything about
yeah,
that.
I just think
Yeah.
it just honestly like
I know.
I honestly know that he wants to be out there, he wants to win. But the thing is, like, there's got to be a point where Steph has to like literally pull Draymond aside, like just put his. I know this sounds weird, but put his hand on his mouth and say, "Dre, shut up." All right, because look, we know Draymond is a very fiery competitor. He has a big mouth, but he needs to know when to shut it and let it go. So that's my biggest takeaway from that game, I would say. But other than that, like it's
Discard?
how big of a loss this is. But yeah, that is our biggest takeaway. So moving on. Moving on to
Oh,
the
see,
next.
Hands. Whenever I get a good hand, Novi wants to play.
Moving on, we got. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to like upload my stream to. We're gonna do our courtside hierarchy. So Luca, this basically what we do is we
Don't
pick the 10 best teams according to us.
Do you have a chance?
So who would you-
multitasking.
So Cole, who is the 10th best team right now in the league? I still say it's Phoenix. I still think it's Phoenix.
I would maybe put like the Nets. Actually, no, Nets are probably higher. I would say the Clippers. I got
Clippers.
number 10 right now.
Okay, Clippers. The Clippers are the 10th best team in the league right now.
I got the worst. I got a
Number
5-4.
9, I'm going
It's my
Pelicans.
turn.
9.
What did you guess?
Jason, mute your mic.
Yeah, Jason, can you focus on the pod, please? Thank you.
Number 9,
Jeez.
I'm gonna say right now it's the Pelicans. Like the Pelicans, like I've been saying it, and Cole has been denied. Cole and Elliot have been.
I mean,
denying.
I don't know about
The thing
who,
is-
who do the Pelicans have other than like CJ and Zion's
Zion,
out, right?
Brandon
I don't know if
Ingram, Herb.
I mean,
Zion's
Brandon
okay.
Ingram is probably the player that's carrying all the playmaking and everything on the team. Like, other than that, like,
Yeah.
All right, number 8.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna-
I could see them at number 9. I mean, they're definitely better than the Clippers as
Oh,
right now. But
number 8, and I hate doing this because Cole's probably gonna do his yippee dance. I'm gonna say it's the Nets, even though I don't think they have had a convincing win just yet. You know, this team is young and feisty, and I think they could like maybe hang around and be annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna say the Nets. Number 7, I'll go with the Lakers. I'll go with the Lakers at 7. Luca, would you
that's
say
a
the
solid
Lakers?
pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lakers are number 7. They have been rolling. AD's been playing great. LeBron's
There's toilet paper over there.
been playing great. I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah. They
Number
just need to have Anthony Davis and LeBron on at the same time because they've been playing a lot.
Yeah, and then
without
also
him.
have them both be aggressive because we know what
Yeah.
LeBron's gonna do. We just need to see AD be like, "Hey, Bron, I got this. I got this."
Mm.
Number
And I love Legoat, but he honestly has to stop complaining about the calls with the refs. I know they're terrible calls, but it's like, dude, it's
yeah,
just
just
like,
get Bron, just get over it. Yeah, number
Yeah.
6. Number 6, I'm gonna go. Jeez, who should be the 6th? I want to say the Thunder. The Thunder are the 6th best team in the league right now. I know they've been playing well, but this team is just so young and feisty. But yeah, I'm gonna say the Thunder are number 6. Would you guys say the Thunder is number 6?
yeah, except Josh Giddey, man. Like,
yeah, what's the deal with him?
what's
Wait,
with
let's talk
him,
about it.
dude?
Let's
Like,
talk
we should
about it.
honestly be talking. This is prime time news. We need to be talking about.
Yeah, it's not fun, but you know, it is what it is. At 5, I'm going Bucks. I'm going Bucks straight up. This
I think 4 for the Bucks.
4. So
As
who would
of
you
their
put 5?
recent games.
Who would you put 5?
I'd say like the Celtics.
I'm gonna
No, the
put.
Blazers. The Blazers are definitely a number
Yeah,
5 team.
I'd actually.
I know, but the
No,
Blazers
honestly,
are
number
not-
1. Why am I saying that? Blazers are number 1 team.
I'm gonna say right now, number 5 is Minnesota because their defense is freaking electric. And then number 4, I'll go. Yeah, we'll go Bucks at number 4. They've been rolling, like you said. Dame, Giannis been playing well. Like especially when Giannis dropped 64 freaking points. Like my God. But yeah, number 3. I'm gonna go Sixers at 3. This team is literally everyone wanted to clown this team so bad when they traded away James Harden. And so
I would not put the Sixers above the Bucks though, would you?
I
don't know.
would just because
Really?
yeah,
All they have is Embiid, and Embiid's been
Embiid,
slacking.
Maxey, dude, Maxey's been balling out this year. And Kelly Oubre. Kelly's been balling. Number 2.
Kelly Oubre maybe is the most overrated player in the NBA. I don't know. Just my opinion.
Number 2. I think it's only fair we put the defending champs at number 2. Yeah, they have not looked great, but they are the defending champs. You can't deny that, but it is what it is. And number 1, I'm pulling the Celtics out here. This team is just
Wait, what about the Mavs? Mavs aren't top 10 right now?
Mavs. That's a good point. I would swap the Mavs for the Nets.
Nothing. Yes.
I would swap the Mavs for the Nets, to be honest with you. Because they've been rolling. The Mavs, they've been rolling.
Wait, can we just take the Pelicans out and put the Mavs at like number 4 and then put the Bucks at 9?
No, that's a hot take. That's really crazy.
I know it's a hot take, but we gotta have some very like controversial opinions like on this
I mean,
podcast.
unless the Bucks are like a losing streak, I don't really see this team like that bad. Like if I had to put the Bucks somewhere, I would put them at 5. I would switch Minnesota and Milwaukee. What do you guys think? I would switch Minnesota and Milwaukee.
I think Bucks should stay up there. They're coming off. They're starting to amp up more with having 2 powerhouse players on the same team. It's just their defense isn't supporting them as much.
Yeah. And number 1, I mean, Boston's been the best team like all freaking year. Like they've been playing well. So that's our courtside hierarchy, top 10 teams for week number 9. Let us know in the comments what you agree or disagree with. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please get a like, subscribe. Thank you. Shout out Luca Capriati for hopping onto the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, stay warm, stay active, and until next time, we out. Peace.